Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, game number 4. This is match point. Got to lock in and must-win game here on the map Erebus, everyone's favorite map. We go in with Oranos here, and yeah, we get to play against Rapl's Isis. So I mean, Rapl had some China left and Isis, and I have what, Thor, Oranos, and Kronos left, and I thought, of all of the gods, the god that's going to give me the best chance here against whatever he's going to pick is going to be Oranos, and that's why I picked Oranos here. Straight up, that's the only reason. And yeah, so against Isis, my game plan here is pretty simple. I need to react to what my opponent is doing, and I need to counter it effectively. That's it. And the beautiful thing about Oranos is that I've got the time to be able to do this. So my plan here is, first, let's try and figure out what the map looks like. At the moment, I've seen 3 forward gold mines. As you can see here, here, and here. 1, 2, 3 on my side of the map, which means he is going to have 3 forward gold mines. I do not see behind my base here, which I think is a little bit of a mistake. I think there is a potential for a back gold mine spawn on this map. I think I sent a goat over there at some point, but yeah, in the moment I wasn't really thinking. I didn't send anything back there to scout. I'm just more busy trying to get over to his side of the map and just see what's happening. And we're just going to be looking for a 355 advance. I put my temple down, no problems. And we're just going to be starting to think about what are you going to be doing. My plan here is to go for Prometheus against Isis. You can go for Oceanus as well. It's a little bit, I wouldn't say it's a gamble. I think both work, but Prometheus is a little bit better against the classical army, and Oceanus is a little bit better against the Migdol army. So yeah, I don't necessarily think that there's one that's like necessarily better, but on this specific map here, my thought was basically, well, 3 forward gold mines, town center over here, pretty unlikely that he's going to go for this and risk just getting absolutely demolished on that position by some early units. If he does go on that one, then he's going to be under a lot of pressure and will have to go into barracks units anyways. So I felt like Prometheus here is probably going to be the slightly better, ever so slightly better way to go. I get myself out an extra oracle or 2. You'll notice that this build order that I did here, I didn't go for early economic upgrades. Instead, I said I'm going to go for some extra favor here for potential need or necessity to get out some either extra sky passages or Prometheans or anything like that. I just wanted a little bit of extra favor, so I got up to 5 oracles, and we're spread out nicely across the map. Just trying to see everything. I don't care if he wants to take his back town center. I see what it's looking like here. I say please take it. That's actually what I want. I actually scout my back here as well to confirm that there's no gold mines back here, and we're good to know this. So I've now confirmed effectively here that we're on a 6 gold mine Erebus. And yeah, if he wants to take the back gold mine, have at it. It's yours. Enjoy trying to get a second gold mine. I dare you. Basically, I dare you. So all I care about is this one and potentially this one here as well. It would be a bit of a nuisance if we grab this town center, but we still have angles to attack here and over here. And this is really far away from his base, so not a big problem there. And we open up with double counter barracks, making some Terma out. My plan with these Terma is not to overdo it on them too much. It's mostly just to get out a handful of them and make them into heroes if necessary, to run around as a threat if he wants to go for some sort of fast heroic, and then we go into the heroic age or something like that. Or we mass out a whole bunch of units depending on how the game's going, whatever. But yeah, my plan here is just get a couple of these Terma out, get across the map, look for some harassment, maybe get some what are they called? Catapulties out to pick off the obelisks. I'm moving my Prometheans around, making a couple of those just to knock everything up. And I'm just trying to get in onto this position and just dissuade this town center from getting grabbed early on. So if we can deny villagers from walking over there or start doing damage while they're walking over there, very, very good. And with the extra Prometheans as well, we've got some really nice pressure that we can put on. Walking down to the bottom, need to confirm if he's gone for this this back town center or not. So just getting the scouting in to spot this over onto this side. And we see he hasn't got it. So now we know we're up against a classical fight or a fast heroic. And now we just have to confirm what we're up against before we decide to start building some counter units. So over here, we're seeing villagers on food. He could still be a fast heroic here, so I'm not exactly sure. Have not seen any units. We see the Sphinx over here running around. We've got a hero Terma there at the moment. I'm still a little bit like, what's my opponent doing? I don't really know. And eventually we will spot it. You'll be able to see that he's going for Spearman on this right, but I don't know it, so I'm not committing to anything just yet. And we're going to start getting our Sky Passage in. So now I want to talk about this quickly because this was incredibly frustrating for me. I sent this villager, I remember specifically, I sent this villager over to build this Sky Passage. And I built my base in a way that this wood line was very tough to raid. I built my counter barracks here, I built my counter barracks here, I put my economic guild here, and a Sky Passage here. There's no reason, there's no rhyme or reason for me to do this. Like, it doesn't need to be like this. If I just lock my counter barracks off to here, or even put a counter barracks here and lock off this wood line, it's all good. But for whatever reason, I was like, my building placement here, I wanted to protect this wood line from any sort of spearman raids later on. And I didn't mind my gold mine with some manners here. I felt very safe. But point is, I wanted to get my Sky Passage over onto this position to get onto this gold mine, have access to this hunt, and all the good stuff. But he's idle, and we don't get that. And now we move up to this hunt. So, yeah, this is not ideal. This is really not ideal. So now taking a look at the map, the perfect place for Sky Passages for me on this map is going to be one basically here in the middle of this gold mine and this hunt so that I can send villagers over to this hunt. There's going to be one that needs to be up on this side, probably up on the top here, so that I can send villagers to this hunt or this gold mine or this wood line. And that's where my Sky Passages need to be, effectively. So that's something. We see the Spearman and we build ourselves a Kai Barrister, and we're going to be good to get some early pressure on. I want to force him to make slingers. That's my game plan here. So I'm going to make a couple of Kai Barrister and start poking. If I can force him to make some slingers, we're good to go into the next thing. If he doesn't want to make any slingers, then no worries. We're going to just keep on pumping out Kai Barrister and taking some good fights. He is poking forward, but not a big problem. Once our Kai Barrister gets in here, I can heroize it with a Valor, and it's going to be really, really powerful. One of the big advantages of Oranos is I get to see where his units are. So I see his priest over here. This is good. He's chasing onto my oracle over here. Sees my Kai Barrister here. He thinks he can kill it, but we have our Valor in, and boom, Valor to come in, and now we can start shooting, scooting, picking off a couple more units. Bit of a misclick there, unfortunately. I should have killed off another Spearman. But nonetheless, we've forced him back, and now we can put some more pressure on. And now this is where things go a bit awry as well. I think I want to build probably maximum of 2 more Kai Barrister here is my guess. Probably a maximum of 2 more. And I'm still building Terma, which I think is probably a mistake. I should have stopped on the Terma. But a maximum of 2 more Kai Barrister, get up these barracks, get an armory down, and start moving to the next portion of my game plan. We're floating wood a little bit here, which is unfortunate. As his army is going to be retreating back, I'm poking up here, making sure he doesn't have the town center, making sure he hasn't snuck that at any point. Happy days. He can't really take a fight with my Kai Barrister here just yet. And I'm starting to see slingers coming into his army. So at this point, I just need to keep poking here. I don't really need to take a fight. His army is kind of too slow to get onto me without massive losses. Little pokes here with my Kai Barrister and everything else is going to be really good. I can snipe the slingers as well and the numbers that they have here. And we can also snipe these this Sphinx and all the other good stuff. He's still pumping out a small amount of slingers. And at this point, this is where I need to decide what my game plan is. I see his army. I can do one of two things now. Thing number one is I can mass units, go for mass heroes here, and push and go for the gold starve onto the middle and just stay classical age. That's thing number one. I don't think that's a bad idea. I think it works. I think it's good. I think it's strong. The second idea here is stop building units and go heroic age. Now this is the idea that I go for, right? This is the idea that I go for. Now, my mistake here, my big mistake here, and it is an incredibly big mistake, is I don't have a sky passage over here. So all 6 of these citizens are going to go idle. And they're going to have to make the trek from this position all the way up to this position. I've got the gold I need over here. And this is also potentially the problem here of the sky passage being down the bottom. I felt it's probably not worth it to walk down here into the sky passage. But what I could have done and what I should have done is these villages go onto wood. These villages go into the sky passage over here and get onto this food. That's what I should have done. That was the correct play. If I did that, my food would have skyrocketed. I would have been able to click up already. Probably clicking up at 10 minutes is my guess. This one spearman raid slows me down as well. This is really, 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 really bad. And the fact that I don't have my Kyra Ballaster and my sky passage here is a mistake. I'm trying to just move villages around. I don't recognize that these villages should not be here. They could have come through the sky passage here and come onto this hunt as well. That could have worked. Lots of different options. And now my villagers come forward. I'm still not advanced. Look at all the resources in the bank. This is just really bad macro. And the reason I'm harping on about this right now is because if I hit the heroic age at 10 minutes and 30 seconds, if I hit the heroic age at even 11 minutes here, or even maybe 11 minutes, I'm pretty sure this game is just straight over. Straight over. I throw a marker down as well because I'm realizing that I'm missing my timing here. So macro-wise, completely down the toilet. I'm going to hit like a 12-minute heroic age, which is just through and through too slow, unfortunately. Just too slow. He's sending some spearmen down here to attack my villagers, and he's going to attack me up onto this side. I can run quickly and rebuild my sky passage, so it's not a big deal. He's actually leaving my sky passage here, which is nice. But yeah, this is a problem. So my plan here, and the reason why I want the heroic age, the reason why I want to get here so quickly, is I want to get Satyr out. I lost 2 oracles along the way. I probably should have had them out and building more out as we speak. I probably should have sent this one down to the bottom here or something like that. But I'm getting the oracles out as we speak. I'm going to be making a whole bunch of Satyr. Satyr absolutely demolish the Egyptian classical army or the barracks units from the Egyptian player. And I would be able to get, I think, what do they take? Let me just take a quick little look-see here. They train pretty quickly. Every 15 seconds, I get 1 out. So let's just put this into perspective. Had I been in the heroic age at 11 minutes, like I wanted to be, I would have my free one. I would have 2 Satyr right now. And I would be on this army here with all of these resources spent on military units. Because I would have been spending on the units that I need. And all of a sudden, this army that Rapl's got looks very, very beatable for me, right? Now, take a look at what's happening over here as well. 12 minutes, getting a town center, puts a monument down. My timing is here. But unfortunately, we miss it. Unfortunately, we miss it. And this is the timing that we're aiming for. This is what I would have called my win. My simple win condition here. That he has to outplay me in that moment to survive, right? He has to actually outplay. I have all the advantage. But I miss my timing, and we have to go into the next portion of the game, which is going to be, well, we have to effectively try and keep him in the heroic age. That's what we want. If we can keep him in the heroic age, very, very good. So take a good fight, pick units off, all the good stuff here as we can. Try not to take any bad fights and try and secure this gold mine and this gold mine. As his dudes are over here. There's really no excuse for... I don't really need my villagers up here. I could have probably brought them back home here at this point, but nonetheless. Now we can push up onto this spot. And we're going to look for a little bit of a fight. I have to force a fight to some degree here. If I don't force a fight here and force him to spend some resources on army, then he will just go to the Mythic Age, and I'm going to be in a bit of a tricky spot. I can see he's got a monument to the priest here. I can see he's back here. My thought process here is if I can poke him enough to make him move back further enough, then we can push forward and take the monument to the priest out. And that's what we're going to do. I see him make a bit of a move backwards. I'm trying to snipe the monument to the priest. I kill it off. He clicks Ancestors Eclipse. And let me just show you this. It's gone, but I can't use this. I can't use this. Why? Because I didn't know this. The monument lingers for a couple of seconds after it dies. So I don't know when it stopped. When I can, we'll do a quick thing and see. That's so long. That's so long. I was so frustrated at this because I was literally spamming it. Literally spamming. And then because I was so frustrated, I actually thought there was maybe another monument I didn't see out of line of sight, causing me to not be able to use my god power. And normally I just drop the chaos on the spearmen, on the slingers, and leave the spearmen there to just take a whole bunch of damage. So we lose this fight. This was a bad fight to take. He wins the fight. He outplays me on my quote-unquote timing there. And now we're in trouble. This is, simply put, we're in trouble. We get ourselves our Arcus out, and we're going to start just trying to grind our way back into this game. We have to take good trades. We have to snipe units. We have to do good things. There is still a pathway to victory here, but life is incredibly tough now for us. He's in a really, really good position. Okay, so my plan now is we took a fight. I don't actually know how well it went for me. Seeing how badly it went for me up here, I'm like, okay, I think I'm in a really terrible position. But nonetheless, he's raiding me on all the good stuff. He manages to snipe another oracle. He's actually did a really good job of sniping these oracles throughout the game. But my plan right now is we got to get into the center and harass this gold mine. This is everything and more. I need to be there. I need to be there yesterday. I probably should have been there and attacked up. In hindsight, I probably should have been there and attacked up through this way. I poke forward. I see the Migdol stronghold. I see the barracks. There's no point in me being here anymore. Snipe a villager or two, no problems. But I should not be here. I got to go elsewhere. He is up. I'm actually interested. Is he on this? He's already on this gold mine a little bit. He's actually grabbed 400 gold from there. That's inexcusable. Actually, inexcusable, and I'm still not quite working this out. I should have been on this gold mine and locking in onto that, but I just want to poke villagers and put some pressure on. Nonetheless, I am on one town center, so I need to get another town center up as well. Moving forward, I can move my citizens over here and probably grab this. I need to put a sky passage into the center of the map and move forward. But yep, we can move over here, and at this point, I guess the thing that I'm most scared of is going to be Osiris. If he goes for Thoth, that's also somewhat of a problem because I'm going to lose part of my army again for free, and I really can't afford to be losing army at this point. But we do manage to get in here and force him off of this gold mine, pick off a villager or two, keeping it close. Big shockwave. I picked off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 villagers. That was nice. And which keeps us nice and equal. But my shockwave is now down. So I don't really have a nice fight to take at the moment. I need to be rebuilding these oracles out as well to get more favor in. But nonetheless, we're just going to sit on this gold mine. I don't really have another choice at this point. He actually sends villagers back up here. I don't have another choice at this point. I should just be sitting in here, and I need to get the sky passage set up as soon as possible. As I see him back onto the gold mine, I see his army coming through. This is opportunity number 2 for me. If I can take a good fight here, I can win the game. So we're pushing forward, and Rapl smartly is going to just pull back here. So we do get a gold starve while he's going to the Mythic Age. So this is really, really good for us. Any amount of delay on tech, on everything else is huge. I don't have my eyes on this gold mine. Did he grab this? No, he didn't. He's smart. He didn't want to risk anything down there, but he would have got away with it. I sent a destroyer down there to pick off the obelisk and whatever else. And we're just trying to get up to population here. Our Arcus are going to do huge amounts of damage, and our Kyra Ballista here is still really, really good against those Deuterinos. He is making some camels, so I start getting myself some catapulties out. And now we finally get our sky passage up. So everything is feeling just, I don't know, it's just a little bit slow for me. But anyways, we're in this position now. He's got the Son of Osiris. I am literally just trying to get damage done, trying to space, trying to get everything picked off here. He charges forward. We're going to start pulling back, doing shoot and scoot here. We get our sky passage up in the nick of time. We don't have any god powers to use at this moment here, so just trying to stay out of range of that Son of Osiris here, getting damage off as we can, popping forward, get as much damage here as we can. The best trade we possibly can. One random catapulty comes in to save me as the Son of Osiris goes to shoot back into the sky passage, and we get a good trade. That there was a good trade. Fantastic. I didn't get much damage onto the Son of Osiris, but I picked off a lot of his army there. So very, very happy with that. And we're just trying to get into as many Arcus as we can, because those are the units here that are going to be able to pick off the Son of Osiris. I don't have the shockwave up just yet. He spots my villagers over here. And this is actually good for us. If we can force him into this position, we can take a fight on this side, and we can have some shoot and scoot. I make some hero Arcus because we've got the resources for it. And yeah, hero Arcus are actually even better. They get extra little bit of damage and everything else. So at least we can sort of pretend like we've got almost champion Arcus here in the heroic age. And yet again, Son of Osiris at the back of the fight here, 3.6 speed. So long as we can just keep on shooting, scooting, this works really well. Sniping down units here, and as his army pulls back, now his Son of Osiris is open. We can kill that. And then he pulls back and we can retreat back. And we're just going to keep on spacing this army out to oblivion here. And it's working really, really nicely thus far. Trying to snipe off the mummy there as he's coming back in yet again. These camels are going to get melted by all the units that we've got. And straight back onto the Son of Osiris. I go for a shockwave. Wasn't actually 100% sure if the shockwave works or doesn't work on the Son of Osiris here, but we get a good amount of damage onto that one. We have to pull back. I don't lose too many units here. We're still good. Back up to our sky passage here. Sending random units up here. I probably should have been sending them into the sky passage to reinforce up onto this position. And he's going to get his Migdol down over onto this side. And so far, so good. So far, we're still in this game. Like, no matter what anyone says, so far I'm still in this game. Like, I've still got... I'm down in age, but if we take a quick little stock take on upgrades, this will help understand exactly where we're at. Full copper versus heavy with bronze shields. So I'm a tiny bit in front on tech here. And we can get bronze weapons and everything else to help us get even more damage in and keep on getting things in. So if you're ever like stuck an age behind, if your opponent like skips an age, oftentimes they're going to be strapped for resources, and you can find an advantage by getting those armory upgrades in. As we take the Son of Osiris down to 26 HP, almost picked off, picking off the mummies and everything else. And we have to pull back yet again. But Son of Osiris almost down, and the reason why I said I'm a little bit more scared of Son of Osiris than Thoth is because if it's Thoth, yeah, there's more units coming out, as we do manage to snipe the Son of Osiris there. Yes, there's more units coming out, but there's no powerhouse unit, which means that we can get out like the Catapultes, Terma, Arcus, Satyr, Contaris, all these sorts of units, and we can actually just have a really good unit comp to deal with what our opponent's going for. So now we've picked off the Son of Osiris. Our next move is this gold mine. And I'm thinking about this now going, we've also got a gold problem here ourselves. But we've got a lot of gold remaining. This gold mine's about to be expired. He's trying to push through on this side with the catapult. Nice play from him. I probably should have had the catapult sieging my town center here, but that's okay. That's good for us. And now he's got a mummy. We have to heroize everything. Here are Arcus. These guys, look at the stat change. They got up to 8.7. They're doing a lot of damage here. These are really, really strong. So, yeah, always heroizing units is completely fine. A couple of Terma in the front line as well. These got heavy, a lot of pierce armor. Same with the Montarius, so they tank for a very, very long time against this army. It's really, really good, and it allows us to sort of push in here and take a good fight. As we can pick off all the slingers as he retreats back through. And now, yeah, we're just trying to push off of this gold mine. You can see how strapped for gold Rapl is at the moment, though. And I don't actually think he's even starting a trade route, which is wild. As my next plan here is, okay, if we can just keep on staying steady at full population, maybe get Mythic Age here, keep him low on population, this is going to be really good for us. But for now, he's going into full chariot archers, so I say, okay, if we can get Destroyer, Terma, Gontarius out, I've already got enough Arcus for the time being, so this should be fine. I pull back here, but I should be continuing to put pressure on. I'm sort of waiting a little bit for him to misstep, because he's going to want to put pressure back onto me if he can attack me somewhere. I'm going to poke in and just see how this gold mine's doing, get a little bit of a stock take. I see his gold is gone, and then this sparks in my brain. Okay, the win condition here is simple. We have to push through here. We have to win a fight onto this Migdol stronghold. This has to be the way forward. A whole bunch more heroes in go, or Mythic Age, Tartarian Gate somewhere in the main base or at the top of the map here, and then attack down the bottom is going to be our way forward. I think potentially here, if I had the favor, which I'm not sure I do have enough favor here, but if I had a favor to just heroize everything here instead of going Mythic Age, I would have just straight up won this fight. But because I'm low on favor, I had to go for the Mythic Age. But he does push forward with the Chariot Archers. We managed to actually catch him out here, and this is what we were looking for. And he can't retreat back into the Migdol. And this is the big, big advantage that we were looking for in this one. Not only that, we've got this Catapulti that's going to be getting huge damage here. All the Chariot Archers falling. And we get our third town center up. So we are in a really good position now to break forward, to pick his villagers off on this gold mine, to stop gold income, to take the Migdol stronghold down and actually have this gold mine for ourselves. There's only 3,000 gold here, but it's still a hefty amount of gold to have. So not only that, sniping the villagers is obviously very, very good as well. And we're getting close to being able to get ourselves another chaos with our oracles out. I think it would be well worth it to get this technology here, Sons of the Sun, and get a couple more oracles out, but I'm a little bit too focused on everything else. Nice control from Rapl as always. Snipes my two satyrs there with the Pharaoh. Nice play. But we've got a very significant military advantage now. I can break through here. He's trying to make a heavy mix of units, but Montarius, Arcus, I mean, we are also getting a heavy mix of units. Not exactly sure what unit comp to build here as Egyptians either. Not sure what unit composition to build here as the Atlanteans, apart from just everything is good. So, yeah, with the military advantage and everything else, we can send our destroyer into the main base. I don't know where his monument is here. I didn't take time to check where I can click this button. I just said, okay, anywhere is good. Looks like I couldn't click it over here, so this is fine. Probably as close to the town center as possible is good, but I just wanted to get it out there to get damage done. I believe this thing did bug out, unfortunately. I'm not sure why it bugs out, but it stopped attacking at some point apparently. This is what it is. Hopefully that gets fixed in some sort of a patch in the future. But yeah, there's our chaos as Rapl is just trying to desperately hold on here. Do I have a whole bunch of idle units somewhere? I don't think so. No idle units, but able to push forward, able to take everything out, able to get the gold mine, and Rapl has to push back. Now the next sort of problem is, well, if Rapl can get to 60 trade caravans, he will be able to find an advantage against us, I imagine. So we have to then push in and take this town center out. Because if we take out one town center, all of a sudden the markets, let's say he has a market up here, for example, We cut that market off. He has to build a market over here. And his trade route gets tiny. So it doesn't really matter which side town center we pick off. We just have to pick off one of them. As we can push forward now, get another Sky Passage in, and start doing more Sky Passage shenanigans as well. I guess the big thing that I'm worried about is if he comes in with, I don't know, a really large amount of Camel Riders at this point. I do only have 2 counter barracks, which I should be fixing. I should be getting more counter barracks out as we go through the game. But nonetheless, can take the Migdol down, can take the gold mine for ourselves. We also can start our own trade route very slowly. We've still got plenty of gold left on the map, so no need to rush. What is this, 5,000 gold-ish left, maybe 6,000 gold left, so no need to rush. Get all of our upgrades, go up to champion if we can. Heroic Renewal, I love this tech, but I don't have that many heroes, so I don't know if it was really worth it grabbing it at this point, but I just love the tech in general, if I have the resources for it. Any sort of health regen and a point where gold is tough is good. Forward Palace up for the Fire Siphon. We're trying to take this out. We're trying to take the dudes out, and yeah. I really do like mixing in late game term. I don't know why no one else does this. I think these units are actually quite good. Like, if your opponent's making Chariot Archer, or if they're making like Toxotes, or what else? Probably not throwing Axemen. I think that the Arcus are just better against throwing Axemen. Against China as well, against their Fire Archers, I think they're good. But anyways, Fire Siphon now out, and we're able to break through onto this side. I got a Shockwave here I can use as well, but just going to do some little shoot and scoot forward, taking down Camel Caravans. Realistically, here I can trade. He can't, so I'm fine to trade Arcus for Camel Caravan at this point. And yeah, I think I'm a little short on military units because my economy is pretty fat at the moment, whereas Rapl's at 42. He lost so many villages in this game at the end here. I think he even stopped building them back up, or he's only got a couple of town centers building them, but he's lost so many villages here. As he tries to charge forward. The Fire Siphon is, like, unironically really, really good. I was a little surprised how good this is, because you can't... It's a ranged siege weapon. It feels like a ranged siege weapon. You can't just send villagers in to take it out like the siege tower or the portable ram. It feels really, really good to use in this specific situation. And in that moment, Rapl taps out, and we managed to somehow bring this game back from the brink. Yeah, so, I mean, the takeaways here is I just have to be more clean with it, with the macro. I think if I got my heroic age in at the right point, if I made the judgment call at the right point to get heroic age in, to get my satyr, to get my heroic age units in, whether that be Contarius, Arcus, or even more Caraballister if the situation called for it, with him not taking into any slingers and just going for more spearmen. I think this game probably would have ended at 15 minutes. Straight up, I think I should have been able to fight this. I think I should have been able to win this fight. I think that the way that Rapl opened in this game, I think Oranos, I think that I could have won this game easily. But I should have won this game easily. But with the macro mistake in that one, unfortunately, it did not go my way, and it is what it is. There is a world here where if Rapl reads, if the Isis player reads the fast heroic, drops this town center down, that life gets a little bit more tricky. But to be honest, if he does that, then I'm going to sneak in here with a Sky Passage, and we're just going to be coming in and attacking the gold mine, and this town center is not going to do anything. It blocks off this position. It doesn't block off this way. All I had to do is get around here, and Oranos just got those abilities to get into an opponent's position like that. So I don't think that would be an angle either. But anyways, game 4, we force a game 5. Stick around for it. It's coming out tomorrow, and we'll see who wins. If you did want to watch it earlier, it's up on my Twitch. You can go and check the POV with no post-game commentary. But where's the fun in that? Watch the YouTube video as well, and we'll see you in the next one.